All right, here we go. Tuesday night, Knicks. CP from KnicksFanTV here. Salute to Knicks Nation out there. This is the number one show for the fans by the fans. If you're a diehard Knicks fan, if you're a basketball fan who loves to hear about Knicks news, Knicks rumors, and post-game live analysis featuring live callers, smash that subscribe button below and the notification bell so you don't miss anything. This is going to be a real quick stream. We're not going to be taking any calls tonight, but this is just going to be a real quick stream because I just felt like this topic had to be addressed. Even though when it first came out earlier today, I really didn't think it was that big of a deal, but this topic has to be addressed. And if you guys missed it today, Steve Stoute, the new marketing branding guru that James Dolan at the Knicks have hired, went on First Take with Stephen A., Max Kellerman, and Roz Gold just to talk about the state of the team and the direction of the team going forward. All right, cool. Here's where you got into some hot water. They asked Steve Stoute about the regime change, the firing of Steve Mills, and what's going to go forward. And here's what Steve Stoute had to say. He says there had to be a change in terms of firing Steve Mills. That change will bring a new coach and new coaches that are going to help develop these younger players. They have some good young players, RJ, Mitch, and so on. They got something to work with, and getting a coach in there and ultimately getting a coach and coaching staff that's going to help develop a team. That's what I expect. So that we can actually get to what you expect from a New York team. So this was Stephen A. basically insinuating that, the Knicks need a head coach that can really galvanize the city and galvanize the team. And so Steve Stoute kind of tacked on to that saying, yeah, we need a new coach, so on and so forth. The issue I had with it, and this is the only issue that I had in terms of how he handled the interview. The rest of the issues I had was with ESPN themselves. The issue I had was that, we still have Mike Miller here. He's still the interim coach. Yes, it's an interim tag, and even though we know that it's likely to be a change at the coach, ESPN was not the platform to go out and say that. So with that being said, the Knicks PR comes out with their statement because there was such a social media backlash to Steve Stoute's statement. The Knicks PR decides to come out with a statement saying that while Steve Stoute is a valued member of the Knicks marketing and branding efforts, he does not speak on behalf of the New York Knicks personnel and basketball operations. Any decisions regarding the operations of the team will be made by the new president of the New York Knicks. In a joint statement, Steve Stoute says, in my excitement to defend the Knicks on live TV today, I inadvertently insinuated about Knicks personnel. I look forward to working with Knicks management to elevate the great Knicks brand moving forward. So there you go. The guy that they hired to be the branding guru to get the image back on track sends them flying off the rails and incites a riot on social media and all print media based on that one statement. And again, I can't blame him because, listen, this is the marketing guy. The one thing I had issue with is that between Stephen A., Roz, and Max Kellerman, they're asking the marketing guy about personnel decisions. They're asking the marketing guy, what is his impact going to be on scouting and development? What do you expect his impact is going to be on scouting and development? Absolutely nothing. So to me, the interview was complete trash. The only issue I had with the interview was his statement on Miller. I thought, all right, didn't necessarily want to say that, but to his credit, he was probably into the conversation and overstepped, his boundaries there. This is new for him. This is new territory for him. Yes, he's a music executive and all that is public, but the sports arena, the media has an agenda against the Knicks already. So they set him up, they baited him, and he took the bait. You even heard Max, edging him, Mark Jackson. He didn't take that one, but, you even heard him talking about the Mark Jackson thing. To me, he should have never even taken the interview. This was not the right time. This team is still in transition. And so, once again, it's same old Knicks. It's laugh out loud Knicks. And again, the organization just brings it on to themselves. And that's why I'm on here tonight for this quick live stream. They're always bringing it on to themselves. Here we are We won 4 out of the last 5 games. We're on this fake little playoff run. The team is coming together. The chemistry is there. They're playing hard for Miller. And again, it's just back to this silly PR stuff, man. It's back to this silly PR stuff. This team, we were flying under the radar just for a little bit. And now it's back to this. We have just got to let the team speak for itself. No more talking. No more talking and back to winning. We have to get back to winning. No more talking about what we're going to do and what's the plan and this, that, and the third. In terms of going out into the media and doing this. The ESPNs of the world. He should have never taken this interview. So again, we continue to trip over ourselves, and now the new marketing and branding guy finds himself putting his foot in his mouth over some comments he probably shouldn't have made. Right? We all know Mike Miller is less likely to be back with this team. Unfortunately, I like Miller. I would love to, see him be under consideration or be highly considered. But to go out on ESPN and just basically just throw it out there and say, Steve Stoute was saying, I'm going to be a big voice on the team and I'm going to be a part of the team and all of that. It wasn't necessarily a good look because now you have fans skeptical as far as what's his real role on the team or how much does he have Dolan's ear and so on and so forth. I can't tell you that. I don't know what his true role is going to be. I hope that it's just in the marketing light. That is his expertise. Okay, he's a marketing businessman. He's a music executive. He's an advertising guy. That is his expertise. So go out, tweak the jerseys up a little bit. You heard Chuck D said the jerseys are trash. Work with Chuck D on the jerseys. Call them up. Set up the entertainment. Keep the lady on the tricycle that flips the bowls on her head. She's nice. You know what I mean? I could use her over some of these new hip hop artists out there. I'm just not up with the new music, all of that. But just little stuff like that. I think people took the comment how he was saying, he's going to be what Drake is to Toronto. Yeah, I think that's exactly what he's trying to be. And not in terms of being an entertainer, but being kind of the brand guru and setting up the brand in that way. Whatever events, bringing the season ticket holders back into the fold, the angry season ticket holders, right? You got to take care of the money first. Always remember that. So they're going to set up the season ticket holders with some, enhanced meet and greets and all those experiences and all of that. They're going to do all of that. Maybe they tweak the jerseys a little bit, little entertainment here and there, and that's it. That is it, right? But we didn't need him out there speaking on behalf of the team because this is when mistakes happen. You know what I mean? This is where the mistakes happen. So he made a little slip. I'm not mad at him. But he should have never been out there to begin with. And this is just a situation where you know how tight the Knicks are with their PR. Very tight. Very tight. It's ironclad, no holds barred. And he wasn't used to that. He wasn't used to that. He's a guy that flies off the rails and lets you know how he feels. He's not a guy that's used to being censored. You know what I mean? So you have a conflict there. So they'll work on that. I'm not really too worried about it. I just want this organization from top to bottom to just focus on winning, man. Just focus on putting a winning team out on the court. And this is why I told Berman yesterday why I like Miller. Because if you're going to bring in Rose and you're going to bring in West and now you're bringing in Stoute, it's a lot of personalities. It's a lot of personalities. It's a lot of alpha dogs. It's a lot of guys that want to drive the ship. So having a coach that can just dial it back and just focus on what he's doing would help. So definitely don't want like a Calipari or anything. To me, that's just too much. That's just too much ego at the table. And I just don't see that working out too well. So that's all I really want to say, man. Salute to everybody in the chat. We got to stick to getting back to to winning, and how are we gonna field a competitive basketball team out there? All those questions that these guys asked tonight earlier today, that's for Leon Rose. That's for the president of basketball operations. You ask him about the direction of the team, about how they're gonna go in the direction of scouting and development. You ask the president that. You don't ask the marketing guy what his plan is to in terms of impact on scouting and development. What is he supposed to say about that? You know what I mean? What is he supposed to say about that? So to me, the whole interview was set up to be complete buffoonery, and that's what it came out to be, and that was the end result. The one thing I did like was when he checked Max Kellerman. He told Max, he said, at least I didn't tap out like you did. I love that. That was the icing on the cake in terms of the interview. That was great. Fantastic. He told Max Kellerman, at least I didn't sell out like you did, because Max Kellerman, every chance he gets, I hate the Knicks, and I went to LA and all this other garbage. So, peace. See you later, Max Kellerman. But all in all, man, we just have to just fly under the radar if we can, and just put a competitive basketball team out there, assemble a vision, and just let the play on the court speak for itself. Let the play on the court speak for itself. That's it. That is it. Salute to everybody in the chat, man. How you guys doing? Stafford Weeks, how you doing? Sammy Soso, No Dice. Triborough Gigolo, what's going on? El Hancho, I see you. Sherman, what's going on? Jason, Macho Man Logic, what up? What do you guys think about this, man? Rico says, I thought the interview went well. Listen, I think he handled it as best as he could. Except for the Miller comment, I thought he handled it as best as he could. They asked him the stupidest questions for that was meant for the president or someone that's actually in charge of ensembling a roster. They're like, what is your marketing plan? What do you want him to do? Put his whole marketing plan on the table and say, hey, this is the theme night we're going to do on Thursday. This is the jersey colors that we're looking at. Like, it was just silly. It was just absolutely silly. Dwight Blake, what's going on? So, anyway, like I said, I'm not trying to give this as much attention as it really needs, but it's just, again, as this team is kind of flying under the radar a little bit, just let it be. Just let it be. In other news, Rich Kleiman was on Hot 97 this morning as well, and they asked him about Leon Rose, and he gave his endorsement of Leon Rose, but they also asked him whether or not James Dolan was at fault for the misfortunes that the Knicks have suffered over the last 20 years. And so listen to what he has to say.
I'll break it to today. I love it. They're going to be good.
Now, why has it been so difficult in the past? We always get to this point with the Knicks where everybody's like, they're going to be good, they're this, they're that. It never works.
Never works, yeah.
Why?
It works. I mean,
is it Dolan?
No.
It's not Dolan.
In my opinion, it's not. I know that sounds like, that's...
You don't want to lose your tickets. He points people out in the crowd.
I don't have tickets, and I honestly don't even think if I have them yet, but...
Oh, shit. My fault. I just stopped the video. So he's not blaming Dolan on this.
I mean,
is it Dolan?
No.
It's not Dolan.
In my opinion, it's not. I know that sounds like, that's...
You don't want to lose your tickets. He points people out in the crowd.
I don't have tickets, and I honestly don't even think if I have them yet, but no, I just don't think that, I don't think it's on him completely, no.
Has it been in the past on him?
Has he played? I think, listen, when you're losing for that long and you have circumstances and mistakes that are made, they pile up. And I also think, I said this to you before, I think Knicks fans...
Listen to this.
It's crazy to, say this because I'm a Knicks fan, but I think Knicks fans play a part in, the culture.
And these rush decisions to try to appease the fan?
Just, the energy.
They're acting like losers.
You feel it in the Garden. If you're down 6-0, we're all human. Everybody out there's feeling that, it's the tide's turning. It's disaster. It's you got to stick, listen.
Hey, come on. The Knicks fans been waiting 40 years.
What do you guys think about that, man? What do you guys think about that? Rich Kleiman saying that that you are the problem. The Knicks fan is the problem for why there's so much pressure for these players and why these players are unable to perform in crunch time. What do you guys think about that? This is KnicksFanTV. We gotta talk about that, man. We gotta talk about that. CP the artist says he's 100% right. Troy Martin TV says he's 100% right. Brett Wells says not true. Some say 10% true. It's an interesting debate. It is an interesting debate. Are we too hard on these players? Maybe these players are just not built like our heroes from the 90s, you know? But this is also a different age. You know, back in those days, they just had newspapers to go off of. So if you didn't want to hear about the criticism about what the Bermans of the world were talking about, you just didn't read the paper. Now, in this 24/7 media cycle where it's social media and everybody's reacting, from the media to the fans to everybody, and these players, they want to check their highlights, they want to see what everybody's saying about them, even during the game. You know, is it a toxic environment for the players? Maybe. You know, maybe it is, but that's just what it is, man. It is what it is. It is what it is. Some guys are just built for it, and I don't think that will never change. Like the fans are never gonna be happy, are never gonna accept the team not hustling, the team not playing defense. That is what this team was built on. It was hard-nosed defense. It was hustle. It was tenacity. It was physicality. From the 70s on down, that was the identity of the team. So when you have teams that are not performing up to those standards, yeah, the Garden's gonna get tight. You're gonna get booed if you play lousy. So I'm not gonna sit here and say it's a fan's fault why, you know, the environment is so toxic and so on and so forth. Listen, heavy is the head that wears the crown. When you come into the bright lights of Madison Square Garden, you're expected to perform at a certain level, and certain guys can. Carmelo did. He wasn't always clutch, but he showed up every night. I'm talking about on recent years. You know, so I just think it's the type of player. I just think it's the type of player, and maybe it's you know, we're getting some of these rookies that's so young, right? They're 18, 19. They're still kids. So maybe that's what it is as well. And these guys are buckling on the pressure. Mook was handling it. Somebody said Mook. You know, Mook was definitely handling it. So again, interesting day today and the off day. Tomorrow night we will be back. Knicks versus Wizards, back at MSG. We got to build back a winning streak. You know, I was feeling it myself when we had that little 4-game winning streak going. So, you know, let's see how that works, man. But salute to everybody in the chat once again. This was just a quick live. I just wanted to get your reaction to the whole Steve Stoute, you know, made up controversy or semi-controversy, if you want to call it that. But also this Rich Kleiman topic. You know, are we the part of the problem while we're not progressing as a team? It's a very interesting debate. I definitely want to hear from you guys in the comments, in the chat, and call in tomorrow. There were no calls tonight. I wanted to keep it short. We've been going for hour-long shows past couple of days, so I got to get back to me time. But listen, I want to hear from you guys. Leave me a comment in the chat. Leave me a comment in this video, and call in tomorrow night if you guys have any other reactions to this. Remember, this show is available in audio podcast format: Spotify, iTunes, Google Play, Amazon Alexa, and Stitcher. So if you don't catch these on YouTube, you can always catch it at work the next day in audio podcast format. That's one of the benefits of subscribing to the channel. And subscribing is free. Hit that subscribe button below and the notification bell. Hit that thumbs up button for your boy. Share these videos. Text a Knicks fan. If you know a Knicks fan that doesn't know about KnicksFanTV, send them this video. Text it to them. Say, listen, this is where it's at. This is the #1 show for the fans by the fans. Share it on Instagram. Share it on Facebook, Twitter. Let the people know. We want to hear from more people, man. Let the people know about it. So anyway, salute to everybody that came in. Ken Scott, Bad Book 1, holla at your boy. Andrew Wilson, Ari, appreciate it. Michael Burgess in here. CP the artist, I appreciate it. Paulie, I appreciate it, man. All team #new. Leave me a #new in the comment section again. See you guys tomorrow night, man. Knicks versus Wizards. Peace.